River alerted to her husband having a stroke.
Wow.
He didn't even know it was happening. He went off to work, comes back, like in the full throes of having a stroke, and the River was alerting and telling and trying to tell me something, and I thought it was me. I was like, I'm fine. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is hypermobility, and so I got drywall stilts for my back legs and crutches for the front. So is my RV. We're a little old and busted, and we move a little slow. We're kind of creaky, but we're doing it in.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. And Jackie, welcome. It's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Colleen, and I'm Steve. And we are the hosts. I don't know that we have the most, but we are the hosts. So we're glad to have you. Obviously, we do these conversations for a couple reasons. The biggest reason is we just like to get to know you and hear about you. And the other reason is we think everybody has a story, and we think somebody out there might just want to hear it or might be able to relate, or now as deep or as not deep that you want to go in your story.
And you probably
totally
don't want to
okay.
hear my entire story because that would take a while.
Okay.
And I'm scared a few therapists with it. It's like, write your memoirs, Jackson. Okay, are you sure? It'd be a horror novel.
A few therapists are out of jobs right now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Well, go as deep or as shallow as you feel comfortable. We're not gonna take you there anywhere you don't want to go. And if we do, you have the right of refusal. So,
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm an open book. It's just like, I'm pretty sure you don't want to know about it.
Okay. The mystery will not be solved in this series. So, okay, well, tell us a little bit about your background. You came from Long Island, New York, I understand.
Well, I've moved around a lot.
Okay.
My mom died when I was 20, and then that just kind of started my whole nomad lifestyle.
Sure.
I moved from Long Island. I went to Florida, spent a few years in Florida where I got pregnant with my daughter, and it probably doesn't make any difference to y'all here, but in March of 1993, there was what they called the 100-year storm or something, and we had a storm surge on the west coast of Florida that I was living on the Weeki Wachee River, and the river kind of backed up into my living room.
Oh, wow.
And Alabama had like 2 feet of snow that day, March 13th, I think. So, it was something, just a really odd weather pattern.
Sure.
And so my daughter was born that April, so
So this was March, did you say, the storm? And then
and I'm living
living
in a disaster zone, 8.5 months pregnant. And so my father came down from Long Island, and he's like, that's it, taking you home. It's about time. So I went back home to Long Island, and then just moved around, and then got married, moved to Pennsylvania, got divorced, went to Austin, Texas for about 9 months. And then we ended up in Birmingham, and that was a real change of lifestyle for both of us. I was a little bit used to the Southern life, so it wasn't that much of a culture shock. Man I was with, it was a major culture shock. He was coming from California, so
Oh, wow.
yeah, I was there for about 2009 to 2025 is when I left, so 16 years.
Wow. 2025, you said?
Well, yeah,
When you left,
July, just this past July.
Okay.
Is when I just.
So you're full-timing it?
I'm full-timing.
And you have not RV'd until July of 2025.
Never.
What on earth are you thinking?
That's what I ask myself every day. It's something I've been wanting to do for decades. I've been dreaming about just traveling the country and seeing the beauty that is the natural beauty that is our country, and some of the not so off the beaten track kind of places, and I enjoy nature, and just something I've been dreaming of since I was young. And my daughter's married and happy, and
Great.
she's selling all my stuff, and I said, keep it, that's your inheritance anyway. So, and my ex late husband, it's hard to describe because we.
That's part of the.
No. We'd
Okay.
split up, but we were still legally married, and we were still very close friends. I was still his best friend.
Oh, okay.
So, and he passed. I inherited, and I actually came into inheritance, and not a large one, but enough for me to be able to buy the RV and replace my car that got totaled by a drunk driver.
Oh, no.
And make a lot of repairs to the RV, and then just decided, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm just gonna go. I've had to have a few surgeries first, so literally my RV sat in my front yard for 3 years,
Okay.
just waiting for me.
Wow.
So I did a little work making it mine.
Sure.
Had to do some major repairs, but she's a 2004 Tiffin, and I was like, hey, Tiffin's a good brand, and
Yeah.
they last. Everybody who sees it's like, wow, she's in great shape for somebody who's 21 years old now.
Yeah.
But I am having 21-year-old vehicle issues.
Yes.
The house part is fine. It's just the vehicle is now giving me some problems, so that's what I've been dealing with
Sure.
on the road. And
Yeah. Well, we talk to people that have brand new rigs, and they've got issues on the road too. Slide outs that don't, things like that. So.
I've been poor my entire life, really. I wasn't raised poor, but once I got out on my own, I've been poor my entire life, so I am used to having to fix things on my own.
Okay.
And, buying Chilton guides when you would get a used car or something like that. So, I am used to now, now there's YouTube and we have the internet and everything, but still, I'm used to learning how to fix it, or if I have to hire somebody to come and help me, watching them, having them explain to me what needs to be done, what they're doing, this, that, and the other. So if I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I have an issue, I know what needs to be done.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's been a massive learning experience.
But some of the repair work that you had to do along the way, it's actually probably at the time you were fixing your car with Chilton's guide on the fender, you weren't thinking someday I'll be doing this in an RV?
No, I've rebuilt carburetors before.
That's impressive. 1 barrel or 4 barrel?
4 barrel.
4 barrel? That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had help.
Still.
I wasn't by myself. I had the guide there and stuff, but he was there guiding me through. It's like just a giant jigsaw puzzle, really.
It is, yeah.
And I thought, because the vehicle that I have is actually it's a workhorse chassis, so it's a Chevy engine. It's basically a big block Chevy engine. I was like, Chevy engine. Okay, I can deal with that. Just big.
Yeah.
And I thought I had a decent understanding of the logic behind mechanical parts. I've worked with computers, and there is a logic, believe it or not, to software. And I've learned software languages just by kind of, looking at it. I think I'm an idiot savant when it comes to that. But I just, I figured things out. I thought I could figure out a lot of these things, and apparently there is no logic when it comes to motorhomes. Because you've got the chassis that it sits on, then you've got whoever made, the house part, then my door window, my driver's side window stopped working, and that was made by Ford. And then you've got the electronics that are filled with gremlins, and that's been my issue. And this big circuit board is made by who knows?
Yeah.
And then all the different parts that go into it, it's not all made by the same manufacturer, so trying to find replacement parts has been But it's since July. I got on the road in July, and the very next day, my car battery died.
Oh,
And
my
had to
goodness.
replace that, and that was the beginning. And it's just, I've just been kind of going, okay, what are we doing today? Come on, Serenity, work with me.
So just you mentioned this yesterday. The RV is named Serenity,
Yes,
and your dogs are named.
River and Simon.
Does that ring a bell? Serenity, River, Simon.
Should it?
Inara, Captain Mal, Captain Tight Pants, Katie,
Remember the series Firefly?
Firefly.
Oh yeah, Serenity. That's right.
People
So-
who liked that show, when they see the decal on the back of my RV, they go,
Ah,
now I get it, when they hear the dog's names.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
now I did.
They, oh.
You
I mean,
put
it's
it
a
all together,
20-year-old
it's like, okay.
show, it hasn't been on for that long.
So when you told me about that, I should have surmised that you're also a computer geek. I should have figured that out.
Yeah.
So-
Kind of computer geek. I'm gamer adjacent.
Gamer adjacent.
Like
that's-
I know a lot of gamers. I know a lot of
Okay.
people who write for different gaming
Interesting.
companies and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But I'm not a big gamer myself.
Okay.
I know about a lot of the games.
Mhm.
So when I say I'm gamer adjacent, it's like I can talk or just listen to whatever's going on, and
Mhm.
understand, because I used to play D&D. I just don't play it currently. So
Okay.
different type of role-playing games. It's like I grok the concept.
Uh-huh.
I used to do medieval fests and
Mhm.
Renaissance fairs, so it's like I get it, but I
Who
just-
was it? We had a guest. Travis, I want to say is his name. He was a medieval fair kind of guy. He did a lot of that too. So
they're fun.
you're not the only one.
They were a lot of fun.
There are a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I've done a lot of things in my life. I've lived for 56 years, and
hmm
when I say that my body's falling apart, and it's like it's not the age, it's the mileage. They put a lot of mileage on this body,
Yeah.
doing a whole bunch of things. Some good and some really. I wouldn't suggest to anybody that you do this.
So we're going to get into your pet, other than your dogs, in a little bit. But one of the things I think is interesting is that you are an RVer full time and you're fully disabled.
Fully disabled.
So those two normally don't go together.
And I'm also doing this by myself.
And doing it by yourself.
Yeah, I guess they don't go together normally. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not wheelchair bound.
Mhm.
Sometimes I use a cane. I do have my service dog
Mhm.
to help me out when things are really bad. I even got one of those rollator things for when things are really bad.
Hmm. Do you want to go into that at
I
all?
don't mind, because
Okay.
I
I think it might be interesting for
I
people that are
push
dealing with
myself
physical stuff.
to continue doing it.
Mhm.
And I'm in pain 24/7. I wake up and I'm already in pain. I don't have to have done anything.
Mhm.
And it really just depends on what levels, and
Now, did you suffer an injury or just
no, it just
your body
is.
yeah.
Now I
How
have
long have you been dealing with this?
about 30 years now.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
Has it been diagnosed with
I
anything?
have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome,
Okay.
which is hypermobility. And there are varying degrees of what EDS is. And I also have, they call it, fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
So my pain nerves, my sensory nerves just are constantly going off, even if there's nothing going on. There are times where just the brushing of material against my legs
Oh my
will
goodness.
hurt the skin.
Wow.
But I think if I try to trace a lot of it back, the EDS is what it is. I mean, I'm just have always been extra bendy, and that was helpful back when I was dancing, but it's not a great thing to be a little over bendy. But I contracted Lyme disease back on Long Island. My daughter was 2, so about 30 years ago, and had no idea. I didn't see any tick bites, no bird sign, no nothing, and just I'd lost 20 pounds, like 2 months without trying. So went to the doctor and they did some tests and they're like, whoa, you're like stage 2 Lyme disease. So I had to have an IV port put in.
Wow.
IV antibiotics was about 6 months, and I'm one of the lucky people, that Lyme disease doesn't ever go away.
Right.
There's long COVID, or there's, some words are chronic Lyme or long-term Lyme or recurring Lyme. Well, mine is just, it's done its damage. It's done the damage to the nerves. It's done some damage to my heart, and it just, if you do a Lyme test on me, it comes up as though I have active Lyme, and I don't. I can't be on antibiotics like for my entire life.
No,
Right.
you can't.
So it's just my best friend's son. I think when he was 7 when he got it, and that kid probably spent more time at home with tutors because of migraines, which thankfully I don't really get very often. Screaming migraines and issues and things like that kept him, having to be schooled at home more than anything. And it's horrendous.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I just can't even imagine. Did it affect your diet at all as far as what you could eat? I've heard that Lyme, sometimes you can't eat meat.
That's a different tick.
That's a different tick.
That's a different tick. I don't recall which one it is, but that's just hopefully I won't get that one because come on.
Okay.
Enough.
Seriously.
Yeah. So
So what happens if
I'm
you're on the road and everything hits? Do you just pull over and find a spot, or how do you deal with it?
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm on medications that at least control, keeps the pain down to a dull roar, dullish roar. To me now it's like I'm used to it. When I'm yelling in pain, it's like I really, really hurt. The narcolepsy that crops up, I kind of know when it's going to hit. I'm not one of those people who just, I can kind of feel it. But again, I am on a medication that helps with that. But if I start getting tired and just can't drive anymore, I'm going to find a rest stop and pull over and have a nap. My dog also, River, is my service dog. She also alerts and will let me know, even from her crate. She'll start acting up. If she starts making noises in her crate, then I know. So she's either she has to really go to the bathroom, or something's going to be happening that I haven't noticed yet. So
that's amazing that dogs can sense that.
She has been so surprising this entire trip. I mean, we landed at my friend's house in Iowa as kind of this is my safe space to crash for a little while and deal with the sciatica that cropped up and deal with some of the mechanical problems. It's like, okay, this is a safe place. I can crash here. I can, mooch dock off of her for a while. And take care of things. It's kind of like in the middle of the country, safe place. And River alerted to her husband having a stroke.
Wow.
And he didn't even know it was happening. He went off to work, comes back, like in the full throes of having a stroke. And River is alerting and telling and trying to tell me something, and I thought it was me. I was like, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong. I checked my blood pressure, checked my blood sugar, checking everything.
Yeah.
What's happening to me? It wasn't me, it was him.
Wow.
And she did not get back to normal until he came back from the hospital.
Wow.
And then she alerted to somebody else that was visiting there. I did not teach her these things. This this is just who she is.
Mhm.
How does she alert you? How,
She
is it a bark? Is it a...
she becomes Velcroed. She's not generally a Velcro dog. She's like, she'll start getting up and just kind of like pawing at me and just really being a nudge.
Mhm.
And she's generally not like that. She's generally kind of pretty chill, just
Yeah.
hanging out. If I need her, you'll hear me call out like, River, I need you. Especially like if I've fallen down or something like that, and I need her help getting up.
Sure.
River, I need you. She comes from wherever, comes and helps me.
Mhm.
But other than that, she's attentive to me
Mhm.
and watchful, but she's not right on top of me. She's not like my Chihuahua who must be constantly attached,
Yeah.
So it's just,
So you told me something really interesting about your dog, that you nearly killed her. But this is before she was your dog.
yeah. She, I was on the way back from my orthopedist.
I don't know that you nearly killed her. That's
Oh,
probably...
I swerved. I would have probably hit an oncoming car because I've been in dog rescue for many, many years.
Okay.
And, a puppy in the middle of the road means you swerve to avoid the puppy.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
being in rescue, I turned around, went back to go get this puppy out of the middle of this busy road right before rush hour starts. And when I got her out of the bushes that she'd run into, there was a neighbor on one side who'd come out to see what all this commotion was. And then the people across the street on that corner, where I think the mama dog was barking, they just yelled over that I should have hit her.
Mm.
Well, they got a visit from animal control the next day because I know everybody, or knew everybody at animal control at the time.
Mhm.
I didn't want a puppy. So I was taking in seniors mostly at that point. I had gone from the pit bull lady to now I'm the senior in hospice Chihuahua lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got an old busted chi, call Jackie. So here I am with this puppy, and I thought that she was a brindle puppy, and then I noticed that her stripes were moving.
Hmm.
She had so many fleas.
No.
I mean, I must have picked between, at least 500 fleas off of
Oh
her.
my goodness.
And then the tapeworms, of course, that they
Right,
caused.
yeah.
She would have died anyway.
Sure.
Um,
Oh, goodness.
and then, I don't know, I was just like, what am I going to do with this puppy? It's the weekend, can't do anything about her. I'll keep her for the weekend, then figure it out on Monday. And she smells exactly like my Gypsy Kale, my heart dog. She was a puppy that I helped hand raise since she was 4 days old.
Oh,
She was my heart, and my soul. We were just,
Yeah.
sometimes, and River smells just like her.
Oh.
Mm.
Different personality.
Yeah.
But I can feel that soul
Sure.
is in there. And it's like I'm just basically living, a dog's journey, that movie, A Dog's Journey. Where it's like, oh, well, now I'm recognizing that cat that I had when I grew up and that other, this soul seems to have been following me throughout my entire life and, kind of cropping up in different animals I've had.
Huh.
Because I've had so many that, yes, I love them, and it's like I love you very much, but the bond, that strong bond, doesn't happen that often
Mhm.
or so often.
Yeah.
And it seems to
Sure.
have happened more often than not with some of my animals, and I'm hoping against hope because most of them seem to pass early.
Oh, really? Huh.
Gypsy was only 9.5 years old.
Hmm.
She was jumping in the trees on Monday and dead by Friday.
Wow.
Goodness.
Cancer, and didn't know she had it, and
Sure.
nothing that could be done.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
she was other than that, she was so incredibly healthy.
Huh.
And it's just,
Wow.
I was heartbroken for years.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I don't want to talk. If I talk to her about her too much, I'm probably still going to start crying.
Sure.
I
yeah.
miss her terribly, even though I have a version of her,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah.
But it's different.
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting. So you rescued this dog that's ultimately there to rescue you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So in so many ways that's really, talk to anybody who's been in rescue or, rescued animals, and that it often happens that way. They turn right around and rescue you.
Yeah, we had a cat that we rescued one time, and I'm not a cat person. I'm pretty much anti-cat, but no, not that bad.
They're good to have on a farm, though.
They are good to, I know, we need to get a couple actually, because there's some cat food out there for sure. But anyway, but there was a different bond. I think that they somehow know that you've rescued them or something.
Well,
I
there's
don't
also
know.
the cat distribution system.
The cat distribution system.
Yes.
This is a new one to me.
You've never heard of that?
I don't think so.
You're not an internet nerd then. It's called the cat distribution system, where a cat just kind of shows up in your life, whether you wanted one or not. And before you know it, you have a cat. And sometimes they bond really strongly, and sometimes you're just a cat person who adds it to your colony of cats.
Right.
Sure.
But yeah, it's called the cat distribution
Okay,
system.
well,
And,
there we go.
I had to not my cat for a while. I shared him with my neighbor across the street. She wasn't my cat, and it was kind of her cat, but he spent more time at my house.
That's funny.
So I fed him, and I got him fixed, and all, and got him his rabies shots and everything. And he even walked into my house a few times, and
Yeah.
I was like, well, you don't want to stay here because Simon hates the Chihuahua.
Mhm.
Hates cats. He goes nuts, even though the
Yeah.
cats are usually twice his size.
Yeah, right. Those chihuahuas, it's the small man syndrome, right?
Well, no, I used to not like them.
Chihuahuas
Yeah.
or small men. Go ahead with the Chihuahua thing. We'll just follow that
Chihuahuas.
track.
I used to, it's like I met some nice Chihuahuas, but for the most part, I was like, bitey little jerks.
Yeah.
I understood why. When you're that small and the world is that big,
Right.
Yeah,
and
it's
all
true.
they have to defend themselves are claws and teeth.
Right.
But it's mostly, it's the people who own them who let them act like little jerks. And then I ended up taking in this one hospice. We thought that she only had a few months. She ended up giving me 1.5 years.
Wow.
The entire time she had a brain tumor.
Wow.
And she was the most incredible little dog. And she loved everybody, including kids.
Wow.
And she would try to pull my arm off to go visit some children. She never met a stranger.
Huh.
She was the most incredible little dog. And that's my little Pix.
Okay.
And she was just so special. And
Yeah.
after she passed, in between all this time, they started kind of fostering, short term, because you can have more than one Chihuahua in a very small space. They're small.
Yeah.
Before you know it, all of a sudden I've got, senior Chihuahuas and hospice dogs, and it's like, oh, Jackie can take the hospice. He's like, he only has a week to live. Lay his head down at Jackie's house. She'll take care of him. And so let them know that at least you had love for that much time.
Sure.
And I sang to some of them as they passed in my arms. And just, it's sad, but they went out knowing at least then they had love.
There was love. at that
There may
point,
not have
sure.
been love for however many years before that, but they had love then.
See, if I were to sing it to a Chihuahua that was dying in my arms, he would look at me and go, "That's not love." That's totally something different.
Oh yeah. I mean, and it's just. So I've had 1, 2, 3. Actually, I've had 4. I've had 4. She's just not on the arm yet. 4 old Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
And Simon, my current one, he's younger. I finally put it out to my rescue friends. I said, I'm ready for a younger Chihuahua. And he's
Sure.
like the only dog I've paid an adoption fee for years.
Wow.
And he is Mr. Charming.
Love it.
He is just, he doesn't like cats. But if you do not say hello to him, he gets offended. It's like, I'm sitting here so nice and wagging my tail and smiling, his little crooked smile. He'll lift his lip and kind of goes
Yeah.
Yeah.
at you. And it's like, he's smiling,
Yeah.
You say cheese, he goes, And yeah, he loves people. He loves attention. He's definitely my dog.
Sure.
But if he were here right now, he'd be climbing into one of y'all's laps. He'd be
Really?
like, come, let me pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Because I am too cute for myself.
Colleen's thinking, bring him in, bring him in.
Yeah.
Oh, you can meet him later. He'd definitely love to meet you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he breaks the stereotypes of Chihuahua. And
That's awesome.
a lot of the ones that I've had, except for one, have broken that stereotype. They were either, didn't care about other people. They just weren't little barky, little yappy little things, but also
Sure.
I don't allow it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care if they're 12 years old when I take you in. You're still a dog.
Mm-hmm.
There are rules.
Right, right.
And Simon must sit. Yes, it makes him lower to the ground to give him a treat, but he still needs it. He is a dog first.
Yeah, that's
You know,
right. Yeah.
He's not an adornment.
Uh-huh.
And he is very much a dog.
Uh-huh.
He acts very doggy.
Yeah.
He rules the roost. He was there before River was. He beats her up daily to let her know. And
Even though she's much bigger. Yeah.
and she takes it.
Yeah.
He is not an ankle biter. He just bites hers. And she's got the holes to prove it. I mean,
Oh my goodness. Wow.
She gets down on the ground and lets him. If they're playing, she doesn't use her teeth on him, but
Mhm.
he's using his full teeth on her and pulling her cheek off. So yeah.
Wow.
So is there back rewinding just a little bit, has there been a specific time that River has come to your rescue that you care to share? And if not, that's okay.
I mean,
Or you can't think
she's-
of anything.
She's done it so often, but
Yeah.
it's like my apartment before moving into the RV, it actually wasn't all that much bigger. It was a shotgun apartment.
Mhm.
So she was always right there. She, when I'm walking somewhere, she's always to my right, so I could always put my hand down on her.
Mhm.
So I don't put my full weight on her because she's really not that big a dog.
Yeah.
And
But it's
that
enough to help steady
yeah,
you.
just enough to where it keeps me steady, and
Mhm.
if I'm bending down to get something,
Mm.
I can put my hand on her and she'll keep me from toppling over or something.
Sure,
And
yeah.
and sometimes I just tell her, you go get it. You go get the remote for me. The remote's across the room. Go get it, and she gets it.
Wow.
I have not taught her to. Well, she can't with the RV fridge because that would be really hard. But I have never taught her to go and get food out of cabinets or anything because
Yeah.
that's just too much of a temptation. And
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Simon is a pig.
Mm.
And after the raisin incident, everything is
The
locked
raisin
up.
incident.
Yes, the raisin incident. I came home. I'm sorry. I was mowing the lawn. I came inside, and I hadn't put all of my groceries away. I just
Mhm.
all the stuff that goes in the pantry. I was like, it's just cans and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fine. Well, I found all these little bits and pieces of cardboard. I'm looking on it going, what is this? It's like, these pieces from the boxes of raisins. Oh my God.
The box is.
The little 6-packs,
Sure,
the
yeah.
little ones.
I just noticed you made it plural and not
Well, the
singular.
little 6-packs of
Yeah.
raisins, so
Uh-huh.
boxes, multiple boxes.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Oh,
there's
boy.
there's wrappers, but there's no raisins.
Yeah.
Oh, and at the time I had 3 dogs, and so all 3 of them, I'm giving them stuff to puke, and then I rush them all off to the vet.
Oh goodness.
And Anastasia she had nothing. She was fine. River had a few
Mhm.
come out of her. Simon, he had eaten more, his full weight in raisins. I mean, he had filled
Okay, great.
himself, gorged himself, and they are toxic.
Yeah.
And so every year I still get his kidneys and his liver values tested just in case.
Sure,
Even though this was
yeah.
a few years ago,
Yeah.
because Yeah,
He pulled through it all, huh?
he did, because I caught it fast enough, but
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
He got pretty sick.
no, he didn't get sick. I mean, you give him hydrogen peroxide will get them to throw up. So I got him to throw up a little bit, and then I got him to the vet, and then they gave them whatever it is that they use and got him to completely. And they pumped his stomach,
Yeah.
and so because they hadn't fully digested or anything like that, and then kept him for a couple of days and kept him monitor his blood levels and stuff. He does now have a digestive issue, but I think it's unrelated. So he can only eat prescription diet food because, of course he does. So he's not allowed to have too high a fat or anything like that, or he gets the blurps, I call it. Blurps.
Yeah.
Kind of like a baby spit up.
Oh,
You
okay. Sure.
just be walking around like, but
Yeah.
like.
Where'd that come from?
So yeah,
So what is it about us humans that we are attracted to things that need maintenance? Dogs, RVs, cars,
I think
houses.
Well, there are different types. I'm obviously a caretaker type. That's I mother everybody, I guess.
Sure.
If you come to my house, I feed you.
What time?
Well, I haven't planned anything yet, but I generally, it would be if you came to my house, I would make sure you were fed, or at least ask you, do you want anything, besides something to drink. And if I had food, I share my food.
Did you have a role model that taught you that, or is that just something you picked up and started doing?
My mom often fed us, when I grew up on Long Island, I mean, if you'd watched The Wonder Years, that was my childhood.
Okay.
I grew up in the 70s and through the 80s and stuff, and so, we were the kids riding their bicycles all day long until we come back when the street lamps come on, and there were tons of kids. I mean, we would sometimes have stickball games with like 25 kids to the side.
Wow.
I mean, there were a lot of kids in my neighborhood.
That's amazing.
And, so we had our roving packs of wild feral children. And moms for the most part still stayed home.
Sure.
At that time. And so,
Yeah.
whoever's house you were ended up with at, you'd usually end up eating lunch there. So my mom fed, and my mother was Brazilian, so food is a big. There is another dog in this area. Hi.
That's Fred. He's
Hi,
16, blind and deaf.
I think we figured out he's 17.
17 now?
Yeah.
Well, Fred definitely knows that there's another doggy person here because he came straight. I mean,
He went right to you.
Went right to me.
Yeah.
He's got a good sniffer, but his eyesight and hearing are pretty much not there
That's
anymore.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to attribute this to my mom, too. I'm also Snow White. I am the person that the wild animals just show up at. I mean, my hummingbirds came back every year, and Mama Hummingbird, one of them, she landed on my shoulder more often than not.
Wow.
And I would just and she would bring her babies to come see me.
Yeah.
And introduce her babies to, she's like, this is a nice lady who feeds us. I'd hear the birds outside making a big ruckus, and I'd go up there and be like, okay, what's the matter? And, they direct me to some fledgling or somebody who'd fallen out of the nest. I'm like, okay, well, where's your nest? Here's your baby. Neighborhood, it's like, they just knew. I think I have a sign on my house, well, now, my RV, I think, more than likely, I probably have it on there too, like a hobo sign. It says, this person is safe. She will feed you. She will take care of you. She will find somebody to take care of you. And I can't tell you how many dogs I rescued from my city.
Sure.
It's just, the postal carriers knew. It's like, dude, it's Jackie. The police knew. Get Jackie. She'll help you catch that dog. It's like, she's the one.
And you didn't even have to catch the dog. Dog came to you.
Except Gypsy. She would be,
Yeah.
She would go running. I'd have to wait until she was done. But yeah, they would just show up on my doorstep. I'd be like, okay. You know, cats too.
Yeah.
You know.
So you got to tell us about your other pet that you carry on the top of your car. So the reason I want to, I definitely need a video of this that we can insert right here.
Okay, Scrumbula.
Scrumbula. Okay.
She needed a name.
Uh-huh.
My other pet. She's my other alter ego.
Alter ego. I was going to ask you, is that really an alter ego?
Kind of. I mean, it's.
Because if I were a dog, I wouldn't be like coming up to you if you were.
The dogs generally, my dogs don't like it.
They
River sees it and she's like, oh no, not that thing again. she doesn't like it. Scrumbula is a spirit walker or a stilt spirit, and if it's YouTube, you go to Spirit Walker on YouTube and see the originator.
We want to see yours though. We want to see you. But no,
if it weren't so cold out, I mean, I'm more than happy to get her.
Yeah.
And put her on.
Yeah.
And traipse around a little bit, but she's a lot of work to get down off the car, out of the bag, onto me, and then putting her all back. It's a lot of work. Like it's about 120 hours just making it.
Wow.
Another thing.
You made it, right?
Yes. Yeah, I made her. It was another thing I'd seen the original years ago, and I said, "Oh, that's so cool! I want to do that one day." My late husband was like, "No, you don't." Well, guess what, hon? Yeah, I did. And so I got drywall stilts for my back legs and crutches for the front. And I basically used, and I do have it all documented. And one of these days, I will get a blog together and kind of like document how I did everything.
Sure.
But I did also download some tutorials, both from Spirit Walker and from somebody else. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but she was a larger woman like me. Because people don't expect a 50-something-year-old, kind of fat, busted person inside this costume. With the stilts and got the crutches on the front
disabled.
legs.
So, I mean, if I were...
I have good days and bad days.
Right, yeah.
And I wouldn't do it on a bad day. If I'm in too much pain, there's no way I'm doing it. But if we're at 5 or 6, which to me is normal, that's my normal level.
Just 5 or 6.
Yeah, the 1 to 10 pain level charts don't.
It doesn't stop at 10.
I go to more than 11. It's more like 15. But
you told me last night that she actually brings you some relief.
Yeah, it's the position that you get into because you're leaning over, and I have a backpack on my back with the horns coming out.
Okay.
The mask is on top of your head. I'm giving away secrets at this one. But I'm basically wearing like a mattress. It's mattress padding that got wrapped around everything, and then a whole bunch of fabric and straps and this and that. A lot of just stuff. Floof. She floofed out. But the position that you're in, I'm leaning on these crutches, and I have the regular kind of crutches that go under your arms, not the wrist crutches. Those, maybe one day I'll upgrade to those, because then you have articulated arms.
Oh, yeah.
But not yet, I'm not ready for those yet. But I can just I'm just leaning, and it's give a nice stretch to my back.
Yeah.
My head's down like this.
And
I just kind of move around like that.
Yeah.
So, I'm only seeing just about this much ground. I don't have a very wide field of vision, but it doesn't.
Do you have somebody assist you to help?
Supposed to.
Okay.
I think that's only happened once.
You sound like a rebel to me. I don't know.
It's only happened once, really, and other times that I've had assistance, they would disappear, and it's like, okay.
Thanks.
But usually the
Yeah.
people who were around at whatever event I was at were always like, hey, watch out, there's a curb right there, or
Mhm.
you know, it's like and
Yeah.
because you've got the crutches, if you get a little off balance, like you got a little extra there to put down, and
True.
so
Yeah.
I just don't go onto oddly. Like I was at an event where I started going with the parade, and they started going up, not a big incline, but it was an incline, and then it started turning to gravel. And I was like, no, we're just gonna stop and we're gonna stay over here, because
Sure.
it's like, I was starting to slip, and it's like, that's not safe.
Yeah.
I'm not that high off the ground, but I'm high enough that it'll hurt if I fall.
They said she's 7 foot tall.
I'm about 7 feet tall, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 5'6". My stilts are set at 18 inches, so that's right there, 7 feet.
Yeah.
And then you add the backpack and everything, and so yeah, I'm about 7 feet tall. And
Yeah.
sometimes I stand up all the way, because small children will sometimes get a little freaked out.
Yeah.
And so I stand up all the way, and I'm like, hey, I'm a person under here, hello.
Yeah.
And the same thing, I'll talk to dogs. I'm like, it's okay, doggy, good boy, good boy.
Yeah.
Let them know, okay, I'm not gonna bite.
Yeah.
I am not a big dog,
And if they do bite, it'll hurt them more than you, because it'll bite a stilt.
Well, they're gonna bite, actually, they're gonna bite memory foam. Memory foam mattress pads.
Oh, okay.
That's basically what is wrapped around all the different
Okay.
pieces. And so yeah, it's hot in there.
Oh, I bet.
It's like I'm basically wearing a mattress.
Yeah, seriously,
But
seriously.
I enjoy it so much. I
Yeah.
was a performer for many years, and
Oh.
stopped dancing. And,
Okay.
And my grandfather was an actor. My great grandfather was a violin maestro. So performance
kidding.
is in the blood, and so even though you cannot see me underneath all of that stuff, it's performance. I'm
Sure.
using my body to
Yeah.
look like an animal,
Mhm.
to look like a not real animal. Some kind
Yeah.
of critter from who knows where, from the bog.
Yeah,
A critter from
yeah.
the bog.
Or Nebraska. Yeah.
Oh,
You say critter from Nebraska.
Critter from Nebraska.
That doesn't quite have the same.
From the Alabama bog, from Alabama swamp comes Scrumbler.
There you go.
She needed a name, and that's just what came out. It
Yeah.
just came to me.
I love it.
Her eyes light up, and
Yeah.
she
So
looks.
you are the type of person that you decide you're going to do something, you're going to get there.
I'm gonna do
It's
it.
going to happen.
I'm
Because a
gonna
lot
try.
of people are going to use that disability as an excuse. You seem to use it as a motivation. Is that fair, or is that
Yes and no.
okay?
I'm not letting it stop me from doing what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing this now before I can't do it
Okay,
anymore.
sure.
Do
Do you think maybe that's why you do some of this stuff?
Yeah,
Because you know you might not be able to?
yeah. I'm doing it before I'm not able to do it, and and
Interesting.
for a myriad of reasons, not just my body is breaking, and
Yeah.
The world is changing.
Mm-hmm.
The ability to have the freedom to drive around the country and go to different places and boondock in the boondocks.
Yeah.
And may not have that capability to do it, I mean, I don't have that much money, and
But you have enough to be able to do it.
yeah, I have enough to be
Yeah.
able to do it, and I don't want to get into any kind of political discussion or anything, but if things
Oh, I
change
do.
to where
No,
my
I'm kidding.
my Social Security gets taken from me,
Mhm.
well then at least I won't be homeless, because I have my house with me wherever I put it.
Yeah.
But then I'm living off of the rest of this very small inheritance. So
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
where am I going to go where I can live off of, a certain amount of money?
Sure.
Probably not the United States.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
and I can't go back, this whole birthright
Mhm.
citizenship things. My mother wasn't a United States citizen when I was born.
Oh, okay.
My father was, but I think, yeah, my father was, but my mother wasn't. She had a green card. She
Mhm.
was an interpreter at the United Nations,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
so,
Yeah.
but what, are they going to send me back to Brazil?
Well, you were born in the country though, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think you're good. I mean, there doesn't seem
Well,
to be any
You know,
issue there. But,
yeah.
well, yeah. it depends.
I'm not counting any chickens.
Well, yeah, and really none of us can, because whether it be a political thing, whether it be a invasion, whatever, it's like you said, it's a whole different world.
Yeah, the
And
world
we
is-
don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
And the world is
Yeah,
weird. I'll just leave it at that. The world has gone weird.
yeah,
And not always, not in a good way. It's not just in the United States. If you
Mhm.
follow anything that's going on around the world,
yeah.
there's a lot of unrest everywhere.
There is, yeah, there is. So, and that's the world we live in, and like you said, while we can do it,
And
let's
while
get
I
out and
can,
do
I'm
it.
going to do my best
Mhm.
until I can't.
Yeah,
And then when I can't, I guess I'll figure it out
Yeah,
from
figure
there.
it out.
yeah,
You know, my life has never gone, every time I've had a plan, I've been kicked in the butt, shoved to the side, and the plan doesn't work.
yeah,
So now I'm just like, okay, I'm going to take it one day at a time, one foot in front of the other, and just do my best. And I generally try to be a kind and compassionate person and leave a place
Mhm.
better than I left it. But, that's all I can do as one person.
Right, yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
you can't fix the world.
fix the world,
Yeah,
but I can at least make that tiny little corner in
Mhm.
which that I'm residing in at the moment
hmm
better,
yeah,
in some way,
right.
and then move on.
Yeah.
Go to another place. Because my friends, they are all already joking. They're like, they can't believe that I haven't picked up some little old chihuahua on the road or something. They're like, oh, they'll show up. I'll be somewhere in some
Let's
old
hide
busted
our
dog.
dog in her
Yeah.
RV.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Some old busted dog will just show up and be like, please help me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Your mission in life.
It's what I do.
Yeah. If you're around here, it might be a fox or a coyote, but
That's fine too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I rescue rabbits
Yeah.
and squirrels and
Squirrels even,
My,
my goodness.
oh yeah, my mom now this is going back also to mom.
uh-huh.
We used to raise birds. When we had a nest of starlings fell in our laundry room, so we hand raised these birds, and they
Oh,
came
wow.
back every year.
Oh, how cool.
And we also helped hand raise a baby squirrel that
Uh-huh.
one of our cats had caught, and
Mm.
surprisingly he didn't die, because even though he wasn't terribly hurt, they usually die from shock, something
Mm.
about cat saliva,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't die. And so we
Wow.
raised him and let him go,
Yeah.
and he stayed in our backyard. And Chip was like just this semi-tame squirrel.
Wow.
He'd come in and eat his peanut butter sandwich at our breakfast table, and my dad would walk in all bleary-eyed and be like, he'd do that classic double take, like, there's a squirrel on our table, and
Eating a peanut butter
walk
sandwich,
out.
it happens all the time.
It's like, he's like, it's like the girls are doing what they do.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually pretty impressive of him that he would allow that. I would probably go ballistic. Get that out of me! Because I'm not much of a squirrel person either. Cats, squirrels.
I mean, I have a photo of me, I don't know how old I am, but I'm wearing one of my father's blue and white Hawaiian shirts,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a baby blue jay in my hair.
Mm.
And I'm like, my head is down on our picnic table, so obviously, this is, I don't remember which bird it was, but it was, one of the baby blue jays that we were
Mm-hmm.
rehabilitating, and the shirt made me look like a mother blue jay. I guess that was my thinking, so I put it on, and this blue jay is just sleeping in my hair.
That is funny.
You
That's amazing.
know? And these are, my mom and I mean, we took in multiple cats, and, we didn't always keep every animal.
Sure,
But we, rehomed and rehabilitated and wild birds and let them go. And that's just something I guess I picked up from my mom. And, just, I just kind of wish that all these critters that come to me, and my whole Snow White power is also extended to, hey, why don't you clean my house for me?
Yeah, really.
That would be awesome.
Seriously, yes. Yeah.
Help me out here.
Oh man, I've never known a squirrel to clean a house the way that you want them to.
Nobody does. The birds, the dogs, the cats, nobody's like, come on, don't any of you have mechanical skills? It's like, oh, come on.
Oh goodness. Well, I wanted to touch base a little bit too. We talked a little bit about boondockers, harvest hosts, and you've been RVing since July of this year, and you've done a few boondockers already. How did you find out about it? And I'm not paid by boondockers or anything. I'm just interested in being a host.
Well, I am a computer nerd. I'm a big internet finder. I have a membership with it used to be it's Family Motorhome. With them.
Family Motor Coach Association.
Yes.
FMCA.
I think it's FMRA or FRVA. I think they changed their name.
Okay, that's right.
Same guys. And so I looked through that, and I looked through the different memberships to see what would be helpful along the way, because again, I'm doing this by myself.
Yeah.
So having access, and my friends and I, some of the traveling that I've been doing is going to meet people that I've known for 30 years or so, but have never actually met in person.
Oh, interesting.
My friends who live in the computer.
Yeah, sure.
And so
that's cool.
So some of them is like we've watched each other's kids grow up, but and all that. And so one of my nicknames given to me was I was the benign link goddess. Like, you need to know something about this particular thing. Jax probably has a link for it. So, well, yeah, I probably do.
My goodness. Wow.
So I just did my research and found it and said, well, let's try it. And that was after I think I'd stayed at where was I? Yes, it was when I was in Ohio.
Okay.
Broke down in a Home Depot parking lot. And it was like,
This trip, I assume, yeah.
Well, this has been the whole
trip. This
trip.
has been the trip, yeah.
The trip.
Yeah.
In July, I left Alabama in July. My first stop, my first boondock ever was in a Cracker Barrel parking lot in Tennessee. And then I went to Kentucky and I stayed at a park, an RV park in Kentucky. And I stayed at my friend's house in Louisville for about a week. And then went on from there and made it to Ohio and stayed at a state park there, but then was trying to, long story short, anyway, big issue happened and I was in a parking lot doing my laundry. And it just, a code came up on the console and I was like, do not drive with this code going. I was like, oh no. I had to have the guy come in the middle of the night. It was just. So that's when I said, all right, I need to start finding places to stay that are not just RV parks and state parks and stuff, and just go ahead. And, being part of the Family Motor Coach, I got a discount for the harvest hosts.
Oh, okay.
So I signed up for that. And so I've stayed at a couple of farms. I did stay at one where it's a restaurant, and they were wonderful. Restaurant in Illinois.
Okay.
It's hard to remember. It's like
the
restaurant in Illinois. They were amazing. They were just so lovely.
Nice.
And I was there for a couple of days. And then some other farms, like middle of nowhere, Indiana somewhere, and then in Iowa, and then I was at the farm in Iowa.
Yeah.
another place. I think I was only there for a few days, and then here.
Yeah.
Now, trying to figure out where I'm going from here. I know where I'm going. I'm just trying to figure out,
How far you want to drive and.
Well, yeah. I only do a couple hundred miles a day.
Uh-huh.
I do very short trips
Yeah.
because
I get it.
it's,
Yeah.
again, it's just me, and
Mhm.
it's a lot to, and I try to travel. If I'm traveling one day, whether I'm doing 200 miles, 300 miles, then the next day is rest day.
Mhm.
Sure.
I'm not even going sightseeing.
Yeah.
I need to,
Yeah.
because the breakdown, the setup, the move, it's a lot.
So we've touched on this, but what drives you to keep doing it? I mean, you've got a
There are
lot,
parts of this country I have never seen, and I really want to see it.
and that's the driver. Yeah.
I have never seen a wild bison.
Okay.
I've seen bison.
Mhm.
There was a bison farm up on Long Island, so I've
Sure.
seen them.
Mhm.
I've never seen a wild bison.
Yeah.
I have never seen the American Southwest. Not really. I
Yeah.
spent a week in Santa Fe, but it was doing something.
Sure. Mhm.
So I've never seen the American Southwest. I've never seen the Pacific Northwest.
Mhm.
I have never seen the Rocky Mountains.
Okay.
I have never seen a desert.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So you're
I'm-
heading that direction?
That's the direction I'm going in. 'Cause,
And warmth has something to do with it
I was
too.
gonna say.
That too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, originally I was going to go the more northernly way, and Wyoming, Montana, and then work my way down. But
Yeah. There's next year, next summer. Yeah.
one of these days.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's neat.
so now I'm doing the Great Plains instead. And,
Yeah.
ooh, the winds.
Yeah.
Those are no joke.
They're on it. They are.
And when you're in a
Crazy.
Class A motorhome, man, that
Mhm.
is a wind sail to begin with.
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
only, maybe that needs to be the law, that if you're a boondocker or an RVer in general, and you have a Class A, you have to go with the tailwind, because it's so much easier.
How can you?
You can't.
I mean-
it's impossible.
I mean, she's,
Yeah,
and I'm towing my car behind me. So,
Yeah.
she's 32 feet, and then I'm towing my car behind me, and I just say, you know what? I'm not in a rush.
yeah,
I can only go 65 because
Yeah.
that's how fast the car says, the car
Right.
manual, and
Yeah.
I read the manuals.
that's
I used
good.
to be a technical writer. I wrote those manuals.
Okay, you were a
read
truck
the
rider.
manuals.
Uh-huh,
You
yeah,
find out
That's a good
information
approach,
from
yeah.
them.
yeah. No, that makes
But
sense.
my car says don't go over 65. Okay,
I believe it. Yeah,
I don't. If I'm going up an incline, it doesn't even have to be a very big incline. Serenity starts to go like, oh my god. And I'm like, I think I can. Come on, you can do
Yeah,
it. You can
yeah.
do it. And if I've got a little sign on the back of my car. It says, "Go around, pushing as fast as I can."
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
I saw that.
And I know as soon as I hit mountains, I will probably be doing, maybe 40.
yeah,
It is what it is. The
Yeah,
flat, I'll
that's
put my
right.
hazards on, go around.
yeah.
Just go.
Just go.
You know.
Uh-huh.
I'm not in a rush.
Yeah. Good, good.
I want to do these things before I can't, but I don't have an end time frame.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't have to be back anywhere. I don't have anywhere to go back to.
Right. It's with you. Yeah.
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 My daughter's taking care of everything. She's my mail. She
Oh,
takes care of my
yeah.
mail, sends me what I need.
Good for her.
She's fully supportive of this whole thing.
That's cool. That's
We have the Verizon family thing where they follow you.
Oh,
I'm the child.
yeah.
So she tracks where I'm going.
Yeah.
So
That's
she always
awesome.
knows where I am.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
Somebody know where you are.
It is good.
So
Yeah.
it's an adventure. I
It
feel
is.
like I'm Bilbo Baggins in the Hobbit.
Yeah.
I'm going on an adventure.
Yeah.
Finally doing what I have always wanted to do for myself
Mm-hmm.
instead of for everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really it. I'm taking care of me
Mhm.
after taking care of everybody else.
Yeah.
I've raised my child to a fully functional adult.
Yeah.
She's happily married. Yay.
Uh-huh.
I've done what I was supposed to get done
Yeah. Yeah.
for whatever I was supposed to do it for. And so it's my turn to take care of my soul. This
Right.
is this is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm still young enough to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a little broken, a little busted, a little. So is my RV. We're a little old and busted, and we move a little slow. And we're kind of creaky, but we're doing it anyway. Just like
I love it.
Just like the Firefly ship, because named her Serenity, and boy,
There's maybe we'll think of a different name.
that was something always breaking, but that's okay. I'm Jacqueline Lee, so I'm J Lee to the K Lee. So
Yeah, there you go. I love it. Well, that's impressive. I mean, it really is that you've got a lot of headwinds, speaking of winds, and you're plowing through them.
Yes.
You're doing it. What advice would you give?
You only have one life, live it.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
There you
only
go.
have one life.
Yeah, I didn't even have a chance to ask the
Live
whole
it.
question. You're right there.
I mean, live it.
Mm-hmm. Do you have one goal between now and the point that you can't? I mean, is there something that you really, really want to do? Or is it just keep doing what
I
you're
have
doing?
got to get to California.
Uh-huh.
I have got to see the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
I have a friend in California. I have friends everywhere.
Sounds like it, yeah.
So
That's
I have
great.
friends in California, Portland, Washington,
Oh,
both
good.
Vancouver's. So,
Great.
but yeah, I want to see the Pacific. I grew up on the Atlantic,
Uh-huh.
so it's like I want to make it to the other side of the country
Neat.
and say I did it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like I would love to visit every single state. That may not be possible. You know,
Yeah.
it's like because passing through doesn't count. You know.
Right.
Yeah, we had somebody that stayed here and they had to be in a state 3 days before they would put the sticker on.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't put it on if they just drove through, or even if they stayed a night. It had to be. I don't know where they came up with that rule, but
Well, yeah. I mean, you've got to at least spend some time in this state that you're in for it to count that you were there.
Right.
You know, or else I could say I've already been to California because I was in LAX.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 6 hours.
Yeah. That doesn't quite.
But it's not really the same.
No.
I have been to Hawaii.
Oh, good for you.
3 weeks in Hawaii. I've
In
not
the
been to-
RV?
Yeah.
That would be now that would be a
That would be a
story.
treat. Yeah.
Not been to Alaska either, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't know where the RV has been. The RV when I got it, you know, she was used and
Yeah.
she came from Texas.
How many
So
miles?
When I bought her, she had about 72,000
So
miles on her.
it's been
So she was
experienced. Yeah.
experienced, you know, broken
But
in.
not bad for a 20-year-old RV. at
Yeah,
all.
broken in.
So, yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. So it's an adventure.
Yeah.
Go. If you can, just do it. And
You can,
even
just
if you
do it.
can't, do it anyway.
Yeah.
Give it a try. You know, I'm literally doing my bucket list, it seems like.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Well, we're glad you chose to stay here. Glad you
I'm glad
gave
I
us
did
an hour or so of
too.
your time.
Glad I
And
did too.
you may have heard the alarm go off, and she does that to keep me on track. And I basically ignore it.
Go on.
Because it goes on for hours and
Yeah.
hours, and so will I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I love hearing the stories, and I love stories like this where you're just not going to let it beat you. You know, you're just gonna.
Yeah,
You might do it at a slower pace, but you're not going to.
And my life has been trying to beat me down for a
Yeah.
really long time, and I guess I'm just stubborn. You know, sometimes I wonder, it's like, you know, why?
Mhm.
I should just be a jerk. Maybe, you know, maybe it'll get me farther in life. It's like, I just don't have that in me, and I don't want anybody to ever feel
Mhm.
or go through what I've been through.
Yeah.
There's no reason somebody should experience,
Mhm.
you know, what I've experienced in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to leave kindness and compassion behind.
Be a blessing to people rather than.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you have been to us, and we
Oh,
appreciate
thank you
it.
so much.
So-
That's namaste. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll wrap it up on this, and if you're ever through again, when you're through again,
Maybe I might head back in this direction. Who
Yeah.
knows? I might get there and be like,
It'll be a little
no,
warmer.
time to go back.
yeah, I wouldn't recommend it in January. Not
Yeah,
ideal, but
no, it's good.
you're
Yeah.
definitely welcome back. So,
Thank you.
Actually sit out in the bin.
yeah,
It's a little warm.
yeah, this is called Been a While, and it's because of the bin, and we're too cold for the bin. But anyway, but thank you
Been
again.
in a while.